JARA Bliss. Welcome to JARA Garden. Today we're a bit of close quarters, and the topic we're centering on is our nursery. I'm standing in our main nursery right now. This is where we grow seedlings, plant seeds. We do it in this area because, as you can see, this massive tree here, it's actually two palm trees that grew together. And we've nursed around the land. There's something about the ambient temperature around these trees. It's the perfect shade, nice lot of sun. Palm trees don't block too much. It stays moist, ground's really fertile. And I'll show you in a bit as I bring the camera over. But the palm trees actually merge at the base, and there's a shelf, a natural shelf where you can plant things, and they just grow voraciously. Watermelon will sprout in one day from seed. I mean, it's crazy fast. Outside of the science of all of that, I definitely feel it's something with the spirit of these two trees. And it looks like two. There's one in the front here, one in the back that merge. And how palm fronds work, they leave grooves. And when the palm fruits mature, they release a lot of fat, and that mixes with dirt that comes in. So there's little mini planter boxes. That's why you can see these natural ferns, vines. So any seeds that fall in these cracks will sprout. And there's actually a third palm tree growing at the base of the back one. We have three mother trees here. Very blessed. On the ground you can see some of our sachets where we're nursing. So let's peruse everything we've planted, the seedlings, and I'll take you on a tour of JARA Garden. Your humble abode. You see the two trees here. The third one's just over. On the ground, we have a whole number of seedlings being nursed. A lot of these are fresh. So these two here, these long leaves right here, these are dates. Our philosophy is anything we buy in the market here, any fruit, we'll nurse, maybe put the seeds in some water, and then transfer them to these water sachets with different compost soil mixes. That way any fruit we eat, we also grow back. See, there's two dates sprouting here. This one actually has three dates sprouting. Another date back here. For the dates, we get them in the market dried. You can get them wet. You go to a store with a refrigeration. They're a lot more expensive that way. Initially, we had trouble getting them to survive. And what we do is we soak them for 3 to 4 days. It's recommended 2. But if they're dry, they need some extra days of soaking in water. The seeds, then you can transfer them to a sachet. Keep the water moist and make sure there's good drainage in the packets here. And they will sprout. They just need moderate sun and some shade. So this area right here by the palm trees on the ground is great. Here we have 2 avocado. I need to separate them in a bag or plant them together. We have quite a few planted on the property, so I'm going to let this one grow quite big. I have a new spot for it. Underneath, this is guava. If you're ever unsure of what your seedling is, a good test is to rub the leaves, and the scent of the fruit will come through as great way to do mangoes, oranges, limes, of that nature. Speaking of orange, we have an orange. This is from seed. We planted 4 of these already, so we have more coming. Over here we have garden eggs. Garden eggs is a name in Ghana. I've never seen the fruit before. It's kind of like a cucumber, but slightly bitter. It's kind of an acquired taste. But as someone that's vegan, plant-based, I really love it. It adds a nice savory umami flavor to any dish that you're cooking. Some more here. They grow fast as well. A lot of these bags here are soursop seeds. There's some pawpaw seeds. Those take a bit longer, usually about 3 weeks to sprout. Some more orange as well. Yeah, we always soak the seeds in water for a few days. If it's a dry seed, soak them a bit extra, and then we transfer them over. And you can see on our site we have clay soil. There's also black soil. There's also sand. I brought my cat over from the US, so some of her litter is mixed in. We have some compost. So we're experimenting with different mediums of growing. And that way all our eggs aren't in one basket. If a medium takes longer for seeds to germinate, we have some in a medium that will work well. We're just spreading the love, spreading the diversity. On the backside of the tree here, we have more. See, all these grooves make wonderful shelves to just stick plants in. We had huge dates growing here. This is a really good spot, the best spot to grow on the tree. I just moved them out 2 days ago. Start planting them. Let's journey to the other side. We got a pineapple, some contumery. It's actually hibiscus. Hibiscus is great because you can just use a branch cutting and it will propagate, it'll clone. All right, so here, the blessed zone. Explain what we're looking at. This, for the dates, after they're soaked in water, we move them to this bag, and there's a piece of paper in there. Let's see if I can show you. Not super clean, I mean, nature ain't clean. And there's a small wad of paper in there we keep moist. We just have the seeds wrapped up in that paper. And then you can check every 3 days and see how long the stem is, the taproot. Once you have a long one, you can plant it. These are containers my Empress brought over. So this is some soursop seeds that are soaking. And here I'm experimenting. Because we eat so much fruit, we have so many seeds. I'm planting like new bags, 9 bags, 7 bags every day. So to save some time, I've mixed some in here with some soil and water. I'm going to see if they sprout taproots like the dates. Yeah, sometimes one fruit will give you 36 seeds. So here's another date growing. One will be ready to go out soon. More garden eggs. And we have some arranged soursop oranges getting ready. Here is our coconut section of the nursery. I've noticed with coconuts, oh, we got one shooting now. When they're in this area, they like to send the taproot first. Sometimes coconuts will have the branches come first, then the taproot. I've observed something about this area, they send the taproot first. So I'll check this one in 2 days. My guess is the branch will be small, but if you dig under, the taproot will be very deep. For the coconuts, you make sure you get a dry coconut that falls from the tree. Shake it. If you can hear water inside, it's good. And then you just leave it close to the earth. The spirit of the earth will help incubate it. And they take some time, they take 3 weeks, so just keep them moderately wet. I kind of sprinkle them once a day if it hadn't rained. And you'll have plenty of coconuts coming. All right, here we have an assortment of recyclables. So anything that would normally be trash, we try to reuse. These are the water sachets. This is how most water is delivered if you don't have a borehole or some system. And they make excellent nursing things for plants. Trying to reuse as much that would go to the dustbin as possible. Here we have pineapple. These are actually sweet potato vines. My empress saw on TikTok planting them in bags, which makes them very easy to harvest. So she did that, and we had extra vines, so I just kind of left them here. And they went and rooted themselves. So we'll see if they have enough room. I'll check in 4 months and see. At the very least, even if the sweet potatoes don't get big in this area, the vines is how you grow new ones. So we can keep our vines going so we have more sweet potatoes. This is our composting pile. Oh, let me go grab the flute on my natural shelf here. So this is a mixture of black soil on site, some clay, some charcoal, some compost tea. We don't have a composting toilet on site yet, and I'm not trying to dig through some of that nastiness right now. So we're missing a key element in our compost, and that is some type of animal waste manure. We don't have chickens. Sometimes our cats litter, but nothing too crazy. So our compost is rich, but it's all natural. And once our house is finished and we have a composting toilet, I'm looking forward to the huge boost that's going to do to our soil. So I just churn it every now and then. I don't put too much serious compost in here because usually I let compost sit a while. So just kind of some light things, and I'll use this for planting. Here's our mango, doing good. Lemongrass. I'll continue this area, but there's a special surprise I noticed. And speaking of a nursery, see if you can spot it. Right there. Animal has planted, I should say planted, they laid eggs. So I did an AI search. Something that's been helpful is taking pictures and uploading them to AI for species identification. You have to be a bit careful. I recommend double checking it, or once the AI says this is what it thinks it is, you look it up yourself and make sure. But these are large African snail eggs. I think it's interesting how normally animals keep their eggs protected in nests. It just put this right on the raised bed. So for those familiar with gardening, unfortunately snails can be very damaging to raised beds. And that is why I think this mother snail planted it right here, so when they hatch they can just eat all our contumery. So I need to figure out what to do with these eggs. I don't believe in killing animals, and snails can multiply fast. So I'm thinking of either relocating them to the edge of our acreage in the forest, up the biodiversity there, or I can keep them in a box and make really good compost as they eat decomposed leaves. That's a bit more intensive. You're kind of looking after animals. Either not cattle or pigs or chickens, you got snails. The reason they're kind of a problem is they don't really eat insects, they just eat plant matter. And they love fresh seedlings. So if they make it to the nursery, that's going to get mashed up. If they make it to the watermelons, yeah. So we want some snails, but we don't want to get overrun. All right. Show you how some of the new additions are doing. See the coconuts. The coconuts, yeah. Over here, this is one of the guavas. I'm gonna get more and more guava now that I know about this plant. It's like an orange with way more vitamin C. They grow fast, they love a lot of sun, a lot of water, and they fruit in an average of 3 years. So that is phenomenal. Keep that going. Like the ants. The ants on this land are so interesting. There's many different species, and a lot of them are farmers. They don't really kill too much. If there is a plant that they like, or a type of fungus or a fruit, they'll actually protect the plant and then farm from it. Very interesting. Here we have another coconut. Trimming this bush that gets more sun. Here we have a new plantain. This is a mulching technique I borrowed. There's a trail that runs through our property. It goes deep into the bush, this massive farm. And it's not a commercial farm, it's just for the people that live here. And I was very inspired by a lot of their techniques. Something they do when they chop cassava, they'll put the cassava around new plantains in a triangle diagram formation. And the cassava was growing well. So for plantain, manure is the best, animal waste. This is the next best thing, kind of building up around. Plantains love a lot of nitrogen so they can grow tall and quick and green. And anything with nitrogen, think of like the bones of a structure. These palm fronds, these grebe, wood, that all goes into the soil. And the plantain just eats that up. Through this glade here, the avocado. I'm on the lookout for strawberries and blueberries. I love those fruits. They'd grow well here. They're not local, so you usually have to get a seed packet from somewhere. I'm looking forward to the day where these glades can be opened up a bit and just have meadows of strawberry fruits, blackberries growing. And splendid. Speaking of meadow, thank you for watching JARA Garden today. May you know true peace and blessings. And remember, nothing's ever perfect. So if something isn't going your way or you're having a tough time, chill out, relax, sleep if you can, tackle it another day. Something I've observed, you are not the center of the universe, right? So if you think everything needs to be fixed by you, or aided by you, just relax. You can sleep for a day and the world will go on fine. And once you're in better spirits, you can achieve anything that you dream. Well, speaking of accidents, let's see here. Sometimes the rope needs to be retightened. Oh, I know what it is. The dirt from the compost is in the top of the flute. Anything you need is always in nature. See if we can get a stick. Dig this out. Here we go. This song will have the flavor of Mother Earth, African soil in it. All right. God bless.